Did you like the intro or you'll kill me?
No, not. I will not. I loved it.
Is it really important to brush every day?
Like 6 monthly visits are very, very important. Going to bed without brushing, that is the worst thing you could do.
Is sugar really bad for our teeth?
These acids attack your teeth. That's how cavities actually form. Anything that is going to make you chew a lot is good for you. It will really help keep everything clean. Electric toothbrushes are much better. Cleaning action is known to be like 200 times better than a manual toothbrush. You take baking soda, you take a little bit of lime, and then you throw it in the dustbin. क्या होगा, क्यों इतना दुखेगा ही,
Would I
तो
die?
दुखाएगी ही, like.
Hi. While I was doing my research on to whom should I call next on my show, I was very keen on calling this guest next on my show. She had been into the industry since many years. While I approached her a number of times, she was keeping busy with her work, and sometimes on weekends she used to be with her people. This happened a couple of times, and later, finally, I was able to bring her here. Please welcome Dr. Komal Kamble.
Hello.
Hi, doctor. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Did you like the intro or you'll kill me?
No, not. I will not. I loved it.
Okay.
But I'm sorry it took us so long to actually do this.
Yes. So, first question first. Is it really important to brush every day?
So, if you want to keep your friends, you should brush in the morning, and if you want to eat, you should brush in the night.
Okay.
It's very, very important to brush at night more than brushing in the morning, because everything that you've eaten all through the day that is stuck in between your teeth,
Okay.
you need to clean that out, because
Okay.
it's otherwise it's a playground for bacteria in your oral
So,
cavity.
so it's not a myth that you should.
Oh, it's not.
It's not. You should brush
You
2 times
should
every day.
brush, yes.
Many of my friends, they don't brush every day.
Every day or every night? I'm hoping every
Uh,
night.
No, actually, they don't brush every day.
Every day?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a friend particular who does that, but still his teeth are his teeth are good.
We'll know in a couple of years.
Okay.
Unfortunately, in dentistry, you only go to the dentist when there is pain. Like otherwise, we feel everything is fine. Your front teeth are fine, so you think everything is
Correct,
fine, but we
correct.
don't know what is actually going on inside. So that's why like 6 monthly visits are very, very important.
6 visits.
6 monthly visits.
6 monthly visits.
Like visiting
Okay.
the dentist every 6 months, like
Okay.
twice a year. That's bare minimum, I feel.
That is expected,
Yes.
irrespective of whether your teeth are good,
Good,
not
bad,
good.
ugly, yeah. Even I try and go to my dentist every 6 months. I try and get a cleaning done every six
Okay.
months. So I think it's very, very important.
Okay. How was your journey of getting a clinic, or how did you went into the education for it, the school, college? How does this journey started?
So I was always very, very interested in medicine. I wanted to become a physiotherapist, but unfortunately, I did not get admission in that.
Okay.
Or unfortunately or fortunately. At this point, I would say fortunately, because I love what I do now.
Okay.
So then I got admission in dentistry, and that's how I.
So this was in Pune.
No, I studied in Mumbai. So I'm basically from Mumbai. I shifted to Pune about, at this point, 12 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your schooling had been in Mumbai only.
Yes. Yeah. Born and brought up in Bombay.
Okay.
And I moved here.
And how was your career journey? Like, did you practice initially?
Yes. So fortunately for me, I've been very, very lucky. I have met very amazing dentists in the beginning of my career. So obviously, like, dental school is important, but meeting the right kind of people post dentistry, like, who mentor you,
Yes.
who you do an internship with, really shapes you, because at the end of the day, I'm an entrepreneur. So today, whatever I am is, a lot of my habits are because of who I've worked with.
Okay.
So I've had the privilege of working with Dr. Suchetan Pradhan, Dr. Bhula Bhai, and in Pune here, Dr. Survashi. So, and these all are like, it just happened by chance. It's not that I'd really done my research and met them, but by God's grace, I've met the right people who really, I think, guided me, and till date actually still guide me through all my entire journey. Like,
Okay. So you did not choose it very consciously, it just happened
my
to be.
internships, no, I did not choose it
Okay.
consciously. Like I was Like when, yeah, you pass out when you're 21, 22. So it's very, like,
Yes, yes.
very relaxed. Like today's kids, now I
Yes.
feel like, they are very focused. But at
Yeah.
my point, like I was a little relaxed. I was like,
Yeah,
dekha
yeah.
jayega.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously you change with time and you
Yeah,
realize the importance.
we do the entire education and then we decide what we have to do.
Yeah, so in dentistry also has a lot of branches. What really I realized what was my calling was only, I think, been about 5 years ago that I realized that I really love doing smile makeovers, because
Okay.
that's something that changes somebody's life permanently, and that patient will always remember you. Like, you might not tell anybody that you've gotten that treatment done, but
Okay.
you will definitely, like, remember. And we've had such beautiful reactions where people, when I show them the smile, I have patients who, sometimes cry or just, hug me. And, honestly, like all the hard work and
Right.
everything, my entire journey has been worth it because of that. Because of that 10 seconds or 15 seconds. Or sometimes I get messages sometimes, like even after a year, that,
Okay.
like at that point, sometimes the patient will not tell me, but after a year, the patient will be like, oh my God, this has really changed my life. So I
Okay.
think it's
Okay.
amazing.
You just now spoke about dentistry and making those smile correction. So how are these two things related?
Um, so basically, a part of dentistry is like, if your teeth are crooked, we can make them straight. So that's smile correction. And there are
Okay.
multiple ways of doing it. What I specialize in is smile makeovers with veneers.
Okay.
Dental veneers. That's something that's been my passion. Like I said very earlier on, I met the right people. So I met Dr. Bhulabai, who was like, I would say, the king of dental veneers back in the day. There weren't too many people doing it.
Okay.
Today, still, because of Instagram and all that, a lot of people are aware that such treatments are possible. But back then, nobody really knew. There were only the actors and actresses who, who did those treatments.
Okay.
Like models who were more or less facing the camera. But it really caught my eye, and now I do it almost every other day. So I think I'm finally, getting to do what I love.
Okay. So you had been doing this since how many years?
I I passed dentistry in 2010.
Okay. So
So
14 years.
Yeah, it's been
It's a
while.
long
Yes,
journey.
yes.
So while you had been doing this and you passed the exams, how far has the syllabus evolved, or what changes have you seen in the technology? Because what we study is apparently what we do it practically.
I think dentistry even then and today to even more is very different. Private practice is very different from what they teach you in college.
Okay.
The materials that we use, the technology, like now everything is tech, so which has somehow been incorporated in dentistry and every other form of medicine. So today we don't need to take impressions, we take digital impressions.
Okay.
It's like there is robotics also in dentistry. So you you will need obviously a human, a dentist, to be there, but there is someone, you're guiding a robot to do the treatment. So it's amazing, like that. And that's all, none of that is really taught. Obviously there's a lot of research going on, and it's maybe in the next 20-30 years we will see that as a very common thing.
Correct.
But today it's like taking digital impressions is something, I think everybody hated it, like putting something, your whole face is dirty. They don't like the taste of the material. So, and it's apart from that is the patient's benefit. But precision is what you can incorporate when you have a scanner, and you can scan your teeth. You can see your teeth as how I see your teeth. So I think that's interesting, I feel.
Okay. So you can visually, if you meet someone and if there is some correction,
that is the first thing
you
I
would
do.
know how that would look.
Yeah, that's the first thing I do. Like I met him and I was like, the first thing I saw is I'm like, okay, yeah. But see, that's the I think in every profession, I look at teeth like the whole day I'm looking at teeth. So it's the first thing I observe about a person is their smile, are their teeth. So
it's the same way whenever I meet a dentist, and the first thing I look at his or her teeth, because if she is going to check my teeth, hers must be
should be much better.
Much better, right?
Okay.
Right. So had you been a mentor to someone, or do people or your juniors communicate you still?
Yes. Now because it's been 14 years, I do have had interns working. We have someone working with us now, so we are kind of like on. And I've realized through this that I like teaching.
Okay.
A lot of new budding dentists who contact me on Instagram and be
Hmm.
like, so yeah, I love teaching in that perspective.
Okay. So, a very few quick questions that users or even I had a few curiosity that is it really good or not good? First is sugar really bad for our teeth?
Yes.
Like too bad?
Um, so basically, when you eat sugar, right? If you noticed when after you brushed your teeth right now,
Hmm.
after an hour, if you run your nail over your teeth, you'll see like something this white film that is formed.
Coming.
Yeah, so
Yes.
that's called plaque. That's basically bacterial buildup that is
Mm-hmm.
sitting right on your teeth.
Okay.
The minute you eat sugar, this bacteria breaks it down and
Mm-hmm.
produces acids.
Okay.
So these acids attack your teeth and kind of create like small holes in your teeth on a very
Mm-hmm.
microscopic level. And the
Okay.
more intake of that, the more the holes, and that's how cavities actually form.
Okay.
So it'll first start with a little bit of discolored
Hmm.
area, like a black line. Slowly, slowly, it'll become a hole because it's creating small holes, so it's creating porosities in your teeth. So how
Mhm.
is that helping?
Okay.
Same with carbs. It's the same story.
Okay, with as per health.
Yes, yeah. No, even for your teeth.
They are not good.
No, not in too much. Like eating chips, it's quite sticky, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing. The bacteria feed on it, they are multiplying and they are kind of eroding your teeth at some point. So, having said that, I have a sweet tooth. It's not that I don't
Yes.
consume sugar or I don't eat carbs. I eat it, but everything in moderation is fine. There's
Okay.
nothing that, if somebody's eating like a bar every hour,
It's not good.
it's obviously not good. Or if you are eating it like having dessert in the night and just like going to bed without brushing, that is the worst thing you could do.
So, if as I take tea every day, pehle to I used to take a couple of times in a day.
Right.
Now I've reduced it to a single. So, is it still something that I have to or anyone has to improve? एक के नीचे भी जाना पड़ेगा?
नहीं ऐसे तो करे तो you can't enjoy anything in
Yes.
life.
Yes.
So the tea, right? So like I said, everything in moderation is absolutely okay. You can't give up on everything and everything in life. What are we living for? To enjoy life, right? And I think food and beverages bring a lot of joy. So I'm not saying that skip your coffee or don't have tea, but like you could reduce it. 1 cup a day is absolutely fine. I think up to 2 cups is absolutely fine. I consume 2 cups of coffee every
Okay.
day. But yeah, having said that, maybe there are a few things you could do if you feel like the tea is really staining your teeth and you can drink it with a straw.
Okay, yes.
And like rinse thoroughly after you're done drinking your coffee or tea. That'll reduce the number of stains that you have on your teeth.
Okay. Is cheese good for health or for your oral health?
Yes, it's good.
How does that help? Because I know my sister when she was giving cheese to her son, and she was like, "No, this is good for their teeth."
Basically in the essence it's calcium,
Okay.
so that's what. And then cheese is good for
Okay.
everything. It's not that indicated. I would never say like don't have
Mhm.
cheese. Anything and everything in moderation is absolutely okay. Obviously go eat your proteins, max it out, like your veggies, max it out, like roughage. We really need like broccoli, you consume all your palak and everything, but the bad things like rice or chips or it could be a tea, coffee, chocolates, ice cream, Starbucks, your beverages, Coke. Cannot say don't have it, because you can have it, but like maybe if you're having it like every single day, you could like give
It's not
yourself
good.
the weekend like once a week or
Mhm.
something to have it.
So too much of anything is not
Not good.
not good. What's the thing with fresh coconut? They say that you should have fresh coconut. It's good.
See, anything that is going to make you chew a lot is good for you.
Okay. That is
Okay.
why they also suggest mint.
Mint leaves.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, like anything that's going to basically is going to increase your saliva production.
Okay.
Saliva, why is it there? It is
Hmm.
basically, apart from other things, it's got a cleansing action.
Okay.
It's basically like you're running water in your mouth all the time. So, the more you chew, that's why they ask you to eat a lot of vegetables, because you need to chew on those vegetables. So that will really help keep everything clean.
Okay. How often should we change our toothbrush?
Every 3 months, or before it becomes like looks like really frayed
Yes.
out. Yeah, unless if that is happening every month, then you need to change every month.
Okay.
But if at 3 months, I think it's done.
Because I know certain people
People who
whose-
don't change, a lot of people
their
don't
toothbrush
change.
are like flat.
Yeah,
It has
but then
changed
it's
their
not.
shape.
See, they're just doing it for their psychological benefit. Ki, haan, I've brushed, but that's not really doing its performance is not 100%.
Mhm.
So it's like you get a car, but you don't maintain it. Like,
Okay.
you don't send it for maintenance. You're not changing the oil. You're not
Hmm.
filling air in the tires. How is it going to perform its best? It could be a BMW, but how is it going to perform its best?
Okay. Which is the best suited or best brand of toothbrush or toothpaste, both, which you suggest?
Okay, so toothpaste, I don't think really matter. I
Mhm.
think any toothpaste is fine as long as it's a non-Ayurvedic toothpaste. By that I
Okay.
mean Viswak or
Vico.
Vico
Hmm.
or Anchor,
Hmm.
all of that. Leaving aside, any
Mhm.
toothpaste is okay. A toothpaste is at the end of the day a cleaning agent, so it's
Correct.
basically just going to enhance the cleaning.
Mhm.
But if I do a cleaning with an brush that is not good, or I have the best brush but I don't have the right technique, then that's really going to make a difference.
Okay.
So
Okay.
toothbrushes, of course, I think electric toothbrushes are much better
Mhm.
because they're sustainable. I feel you just need to change that one head
Okay.
every 3
Okay.
months. Secondly, the cleaning action is known to be like 200 times better than a manual toothbrush.
The electric one.
Yes.
200 times better.
Yes, because
Okay.
some brushes have, like Oral B has a
Mhm.
rotating head. A, it's a small head, so it can go to the last tooth in your oral cavity.
Okay.
B, the rotations of these heads are like 200, 300 per minute. Can you do that with your manual
No, that's
toothbrush?
not.
You cannot. So obviously it is better.
Hmm.
It's way, way better.
Okay. A simple remedy for teeth whitening or DIY at home. Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend. Okay, so you take baking soda, you take a little bit of lime,
Mhm.
and then you throw it in the dustbin. You use your phone and call your dentist and book an appointment with your dentist, because it's not there is
Shortcut.
there is no shortcut to life. There is
Mhm.
no shortcut in this also. There are home bleaching kits that your dentist can give you,
Okay.
so you can use that. No toothpaste that is promising to whiten your teeth is going to whiten your teeth.
Okay.
It's only going to do harm.
Mhm.
Why? Because, like I said, any toothpaste is a cleaning agent.
Hmm.
Okay, so when you want to whiten something, I'm going to have an abrasive particle which is larger in size, so that's going to roughen my tooth surface and
Hmm.
eventually cause wear of my enamel, leading to sensitivity at the end of the day. So it's not good. It's okay if you want to use a whitening toothpaste, like if you have a important event or something and
Yes,
you
yes.
did it, you don't have the time to go to the dentist to
Mhm.
get a cleaning or a teeth whitening done, and you've done it, it's fine. But like, you cannot use it forever. It's not
Mhm.
going to do good, and it's not going to work. At the end of the day, your teeth are going to look yellower because the enamel is going to wear off.
Okay.
As you go inside the tooth, the second layer of the tooth is slightly yellow,
Okay.
so that's going to get slowly start
Mhm.
exposing.
Is tooth powder or dant manjan
No.
not good?
No. No.
Why would you say that?
Same philosophy.
They
It's
will.
the roughness. It's
Okay.
quite abrasive, so
Hmm.
it's going to it's going to abrade your teeth. It's going to cause wear of your enamel. Enamel being the strongest part of your tooth. Okay, that's the front surface. The white
Mhm.
thing that you see when you smile is the enamel.
Okay.
So if I'm going to rub it
Rub
with Dant
Mhm.
Manjan or any
Mhm.
hundreds of teeth whitening powders that are available in the market, it cannot do good. Because how is it whitening? It is actually roughening your surface.
Hmm.
It's removing a layer of your enamel,
Mhm.
and then your, which has gotten stained, or because of you, you're drinking coffee or regular, whatever the regular use is. So it's actually removing that entire layer of your tooth. So how is that going to help? You can't keep removing layers of your teeth.
Okay. So how come our grandparents, they used to use those dant manjan
Yeah,
or
but obviously science has evolved, right?
Mhm.
And that Dant Manjan or that Datun also, like the neem sticks, they're very, very acidic. So if you've seen in those patients, still sometimes today we get patients who do use that. So if you see it here, because you chew it and keep it here, there's a lot of gum loss. There's a lot of
Mhm.
bone loss. The
Okay,
teeth are
okay.
worn off.
Okay.
You can probably do your function fine, but it is
Correctly.
not 100%.
Mhm.
Then you'll see that those teeth, people probably don't have teeth in their older age.
Mhm.
Tooth wear is very, very, very slow. So it's not that you will see it on day one. You will see it
Okay.
probably when you're 45, 50,
Mm-hmm.
55. By then you'll be like, I used it for so long. It was okay. मुझे कोई problem नहीं था. But probably you could have had all your teeth intact
Mm-hmm.
if you just changed your hygiene, your
Okay.
oral care routine a little bit.
And what's with the scene with the organic toothpaste? The market has to anything that you add organic,
So,
it's
like, I think it's just marketing.
mm-hmm.
It's nothing.
Organic.
Yeah, how much organic can we go? Like, there are, so obviously it's marketing. At the end of the day, like Colgate or Oral B also has like 100 different toothpaste, but at the end of the day, you flip the packaging, you check the ingredients, it's more or less the same.
Okay.
One of few things here it is added, one of few things there it is added, the
Yeah.
flavoring agent is changed, and it's the same toothpaste. So I don't think toothpaste, in my opinion, does not really matter whether you
Okay.
use organic, non-organic. If you're someone who has develops a lot of cavities easily, you should use one with fluoride in it. It is definitely beneficial, because there's a lot of talk about how fluoride is bad for your teeth. Like I said, anything in moderation is okay. The quantity that they put in a toothpaste cannot do harm to you.
Okay.
And it is definitely, it is proven to benefit and healthen and strengthen your teeth. So the amount of cavities that probably someone who's brushing well with a fluoride based toothpaste would be lesser than someone who's brushing well with a non-fluorinated toothpaste.
Okay, so fluoride is something, it should be there in every
Toothpaste, I think. Yeah, only kids below 4 should not use it, but other than that, everyone should use it.
Okay. How important is doing floss, and if so, how many times a day it should be done?
Yeah. Flossing is,
Many of them would not be knowing even what
floss is. Yeah,
yes.
I know. I'm educating people every single day. Like whoever
Okay.
comes into the clinic, we're talking about it. Like at the end of the treatment, we have this like brief 5 minutes where we discuss about brushing and flossing. So flossing is very, very important, because about 35% of your tooth structure is in contact with each other. Like the teeth are in contact. That's in between your teeth. Your bristles cannot go in between your teeth and clean.
Correct.
If something has to get stuck, it's going to get stuck in between your teeth only.
Okay.
It's not going to get stuck on the front surfaces, which is, anyways, you're going to clean it out with brushing. So flossing is very, very important. It is not an option. It is as important as brushing. If I can say, more important than brushing too.
Okay, so every day is important.
Every single day after every single meal, ideally.
Is it really too handy to carry it everywhere?
The small little floss, not at all. There are different types of flossers also now. You have air flossers, water flossers, which are electric devices, which make flossing a little easier. Mostly people, I feel, do not do flossing is because they found it tedious to go in the last tooth and clean it.
Yes.
But now you have options. You have a water flosser, you have an air flosser. So
Okay.
I think it's...
the kids are now having a separate toothpaste.
Yeah.
Does it varies in content also, or
usually kids toothpaste,
they should be given a separate?
Yes.
Okay.
What varies is that kids toothpaste don't have fluoride. Why? Because kids tend to eat their toothpaste. So that's why don't give kids a fluoride based toothpaste. After their 4 pea size amount, like toothpaste also people put like to the whole length of the toothbrush. You don't need that much. You need just a pea size amount and push it into the bristles.
Inside.
That's how, yes. Because if you don't push it into the bristles, when it's on the top, if you see when you're spitting out, a big chunk of the toothpaste is gone in the basin.
Okay.
So you need to push it into the toothpaste, so it effectively is used on all over your oral cavity.
Okay, I should check how do I.
Yeah.
I take small amount, but I'm not sure if it goes
you
inside.
push it in. You press the tube against the bristles and push it in at a 90-degree angle. It'll go in.
And people who consume chewing gums every day, if sugar-free chewing gums are an alternate, are they good if we take it on an everyday basis?
Yes.
How does it help?
So again, you're chewing, right? You're increasing the saliva production in your oral cavity. So that has a self-cleansing action. So it's going to clean everything that is stuck on the surfaces of your teeth. Again, not going to clean in between your teeth, but on the biting surface, on the front surface. It's going to clean all of that. So chewing gums, yes. I sometimes do tell my patients that if you can't floss, like you've gone out for a lunch or you're at work and you're eating lunch, you can have one gum at that point, so that you can At least it's gonna clean everything around.
Okay. Okay. Now, this has been a debate or, a topic of conversation since like time. The new aligners, the
Hmm.
invisible aligners
Right.
versus the old
Braces.
braces.
Right.
Which are better, and what's your take on it?
Mm, I wouldn't say better, but each have their own
Hmm.
benefits. The end result, whether you choose braces or aligners, would be the same. The
Hmm.
goal is the same. So it's just the instrument used to reach
Get it done.
get the end goal.
Hmm.
So braces is also something, it's a part of orthodontics, braces and aligners.
Hmm.
So braces is you have something fixed.
Yeah.
We fix it onto your teeth. It could be a year, 2 years, however long a treatment is fixed, and every month you need to visit the dentist to change
Hmm.
the wire.
Hmm. Okay.
Vis-a-vis aligners is something, it's a removable appliance. So
Mhm.
it needs a lot of patient compliance too. So if you have if you feel that your patient is confident to wear it for the
Hmm.
amount of time you're supposed to use it, it's a beautiful tool. It is
Okay.
not visible.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy to clean your oral cavity. So it's really, that is
Okay.
my, I think my most favorite benefit of that is that you can, the patients can actually maintain very good hygiene
Okay.
because you remove your aligners and you clean your teeth. You're cleaning your bare teeth.
Hmm.
Thirdly, I think you can see the end result. You can envision, patients can really envision the end result of
How does that happen?
So we
Like they
have
could
tools.
visually see that.
Visually see that, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can show you. We scan your teeth. How
Mhm.
aligners works is that we first scan your teeth,
Mhm.
make a 3D model on the laptop,
Okay.
and then with certain tools we come to an after.
Mhm.
So in aligners, what happens is that everything that your aligners is going to do
Mhm.
is pre-decided.
Okay.
So I know the end goal before even I start your treatment.
Okay.
How
Okay.
I'm going to get there is also I've decided before I started your treatment.
Mhm.
So that's science, that's tech, that's advancements in dentistry. So whereas with braces, every month you come, I'm deciding on the chair, ki kya karna hai. Of course, I know the direction of the flow of things, but we're manually making changes every month.
Okay.
With
And as with the aligners, the invisible aligners, so it's like I come to the clinic, you show me the demonstration, and I wear those invisible
Mhm.
once it's done. So is it done with that one?
No.
Okay, no.
No. So we have patients who need 10 sets. We have
Okay.
patients who need 20 sets. You could need 30 sets, 40 sets. It
40
depends
sets
on.
of those aligners.
Yes.
Okay.
One set is one upper and one lower is one set. Each set you
Okay.
need to wear for about 1 week or
Hmm.
2 weeks max, depending on what your dentist tells you to do. And you need to wear it for 20 to 22 hours in one day.
Okay.
So it would be like you could change every week or every fortnight.
Okay. So if I come to your clinic and you will show me the demonstration of the how would my teeth look, and you will give me the aligners once it's made. Okay. So what is the time duration that I get to wear those aligners, and is it that the only one I have to wear throughout?
No. So with aligners, what happens is that we plan your entire treatment before you walk into, before I give you the aligners, before we order the aligners. So it could be 20 sets, 40 sets, 60 sets.
Okay.
So by a set, I mean one upper and one lower is one set. Which you might change every week depending on the number of sets you get. You change every week or every 15 days.
Okay. So I come to the clinic every time to get those sets.
No, that's
So
the
these are also
benefits.
pre-made.
Yeah, these are all pre-made. So the
Okay.
before so when I do your scan, I sit and plan what movement each aligner is going to do beforehand itself.
Okay.
Once I've decided that, then I send it for manufacturing, and once it's manufactured, we get it back to
Okay.
India and we deliver it to you. So we have some patients who are traveling abroad. Like I have a patient who's going to Belgium. One of my patients getting treatment in Germany and US. So this is great because they don't need to see me every month. You take your 20 cents, you go, you need to see me after 20 weeks or 40 weeks, whatever it is. We obviously do virtual consults wherein we have, I teach you how to click your pictures of your teeth wearing the aligners. Basically a kind of checkup that I would do in the clinic. We do it. I tell you to do it and we make you click pictures and that's it. That's how we check.
So I walk in the clinic,
Yeah.
and then after how many days I get those aligner, or my first set
About 2 to 3 weeks, because I work with this company, which is a US based company, which is called Invisalign. So
Okay.
it's they are manufactured and made there. So it takes about 2 or 3 weeks for me to get the aligners, and then once you get the aligners, then it's like we'll be done in a.
So this is not a very long duration. It's barely.
It's not a long duration. See, aligners is shorter. The
Hmm.
treatment time is shorter than braces,
Hmm.
because we can do targeted movements. If I want to move only one tooth, I will just move that one tooth. I will not touch any of the teeth, because with traditional braces, we had a wire that was stuck on, that is through and through to all your teeth. So if I tighten the wire, all your teeth are going to move a little bit,
Okay.
right? So that's why it takes a little bit longer than for braces than aligners.
Okay, then while we have talked about the goods, I don't see any bads in invisible aligner as what you have.
No, there's no bad, but like if you're putting it on your desk, it's not going to work. You need to wear it.
Okay.
So it's a 50-50.
So it should be there on the.
Yes.
And should
like
I
I
eat
said,
it
20 to 22 hours in the day. And you remove it and you eat whatever you want. There are no dietary restrictions.
So we should call that like a wear time or something?
Yeah, the wear time is 20 to 22 hours. You can eat anything and everything you want. Like with braces, there are a lot of restrictions that you can't eat hard food, sticky food, because you can break your brackets. With this, you remove your liners, you eat anything and everything you want. So it's easier to maintain hygiene. A lot of the times we have patients who have poor oral hygiene but still opt for braces. It could be because of cost or whatever the reason is. And we end up by the end of the treatment, they've developed cavities.
Okay.
Because A, their hygiene was already poor. B, after the braces came, that bracket, the wire, the bands and everything, it becomes very difficult to clean.
Okay.
And you obviously need to put in that extra effort to clean. So if you are unable to do that, then definitely it's going to result in cavities.
So we could eat anything. Everything.
Just like what you eat normally. What you eat normally. Anything and everything.
You just have to wear it for 22 hours.
So you have like a bracket of 2 to 4 hours a day to drink whatever you want, to eat whatever you want. So I think
water also we take it.
No, water is okay.
Okay.
Water is okay. But if there is anything with like sugar, tea, coffee, just remove it. And
now we'll talk about braces. Do you still?
Yes.
So you do both.
We do practice both.
Okay.
In some cases, like kids specifically, like they don't have the patience to wear it, or if you lose your aligners or something. So for kids, sometimes we do definitely still do braces. For some adults also, we still do braces. Some very, very complicated movements sometimes is a little faster with braces. So it either could be braces and aligners, a combination of both, or it could be braces and veneers, or aligners and veneers. It's a combination of a lot of things that comes into play.
Okay.
So it doesn't necessarily have. Definitely aligners is faster. So whatever's the tricky part, we do that with braces and like the difficult movement, and then you wear your aligners.
Okay. For the same cases given, if there is a case, which one would you say that would go faster? Like a moderate.
Aligners is faster. For sure.
And what about the costing? Aligners or the braces?
See, there are nowadays aligners. I won't mention brands or anything, but there are a lot of companies that sell aligners for about 45,000 too.
Which is normal price.
Which is not the normal
the
price.
Aligners, right?
For aligners, it's not. It's a normal price for braces, but it's not the normal price for aligners. See, when you are trusting to move all your teeth, you have to understand that the treatment that you do today is going to serve you till you're like 60, 70, 80, however long you live. So divide the cost amongst that. And then what is it? Like you're going to spend like $100 a year, $200 a year. It's not worth. You definitely have to put in a little bit to be able to use the benefits for.
So it will be higher.
Yes, it is higher. It is sometimes 3 times the cost of braces.
Oh my God. That's a lot.
Yeah, but it is the cost. So that's why I don't, if I'm doing treatment, that's why we still do braces. One of the major reasons why we still do braces is the cost. But if I'm giving you something, I rather give you the best, or I give you the second best, like which I know that, I'll not use a lower quality of an aligner just to tell you.
Yeah, given that it takes a lot
lesser time, but not all aligners are good. Like some aligners, like
so now there are companies also.
Yes, there are different companies that provide these aligners. So and lots have just started probably a year or 2 years
Yes,
back.
I'm this commercial who we see on
Yes,
Insta.
you'll see them
Yes.
everywhere now, so they're
They
very
have become
hard
a
on
lot
marketing.
commercial.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
hard on marketing.
But no, they don't work. We have a lot of cases of patients who've done it, who've ordered it, A, not gotten the liners, B, if you've gotten the liners, they're not fitting
Okay.
after the third or the fourth set. This needs a lot of precision. It needs a lot, because I've decided, see, I've done a liner, you've worn your first aligner. It's supposed to take your tooth like say 0.1 mm back. I have predicted that, and then according to that 1 mm back, then I've put aligner number 2, which is again going to move it another 0.1 mm. Are you telling me that my software needs to be so strong to predict that, to able to manufacture, print that, and give it to you?
Okay.
And I give it to you, it should happen in your mouth. What if the material is not going, does not happen?
Correct.
So then after like about 8-10 aligners, it's going to stop fitting.
So that is why you should prefer a premium.
Yes,
company.
For this dental implants and dental veneers, there's no compromise. You can't compromise, because the cost is high, but there's a lot of lab cost that is involved in it. That's why it's high. So I would not compromise for these 3-4 things.
How much does a braces cost?
It starts at about 45,000. Braces, again, there are a lot of.
Acha, usme bhi there are types now.
Everybody's making the brackets that we make, the kits that we use. A lot of companies make it. So you have to use standard products. You can't use something that is way below the market. You have to use something at least that is standard.
Okay. So if you're sticking to the old school method, it will be 45 to 50.
Yeah.
And aligners should be like a bit higher.
Yeah.
But are there audience or user who are keen into buying those aligners?
Yeah. There are a lot of patients. So when I started, we were only doing braces, but today I think we do more of aligners than braces. But we do braces. It's not that we don't, but I think, funnily, because of social media and people are very conscious about the way they look. So even like kids, I get teenagers who don't want to wear braces, who just flat out say, no, I don't want braces, because they are conscious. They go to school, they go to college, they don't want it to look like the way it does. And it's not something that it's a month or a 2-month long treatment. It's going to be a year, 2-year long treatment. So kids are also conscious.
The Gen Z.
Yeah, the Gen Z. I don't know if it's good or bad, but apart from the looks part of it, aligners have other benefits too.
Okay.
Yes, like hygiene, for example, or the fact that you can eat everything. There's nothing constantly poking in your oral cavity, because there's so much onto your teeth. So definitely you're going to develop ulcers all the time. So it's a more comfortable treatment. Yes. Aligners is more comfortable.
I know my sisters had those braces, and she used to eat those soft, and so no and Diwali.
Right, you can't eat chips and chakli and all that. No, you can't. As in, you shouldn't.
Okay. Achha, because it breaks that.
It breaks, yes.
Okay.
And if the wire breaks and it starts poking your teeth, we've seen patients who've come with a whole line, it's cut. It's a metal wire at the end of the day, so it's really cut. They ripped their cheek apart. But having said that, there is no gain without a little bit of pain. So it just depends on you. The journey, the end point is the same. It's up to you to decide what journey you prefer and what works for you.
I guess with time, maybe the importance would.
I think it's already people are realizing. A lot of people are realizing about, in general, even dentistry. A lot of patients do come for regular checkups, and the awareness is there. Obviously, it needs to. We have a long way to go. It needs to be a lot more. But at least from the day I started till today, now I see that people are a lot aware, a lot more informed about the options that they have.
Correct.
Yeah.
And which is one of your most complex case that was hard to deal with? Do people scream at in the clinic?
Oh yeah. We've had a lot of that. I think most patients are very comfortable with me, but then dentistry unfortunately comes with a lot of anxiety. Before you come in only, you have a lot of kya hoga, kyun itna dukhega hi,
would I die?
दुखाएगी ही, So we've had patients who fainted on the chair, like seen the injection and fainted, or I've injected her and she's fainted. So that happens, but that's a part and parcel. Obviously, it's not an easy chair to be in, but we try and make it as comfortable as possible. We have a TV that's put up so you can watch your show.
Acha,
We have music.
okay.
So
In
when
the
when you're
front,
lying down,
huh?
I have it on the ceiling.
It's up. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so when you're lying down, you can watch. We have had patients who've completed movies also.
Oh,
So,
okay.
or we try and play your favorite music. We give
Hmm.
you noise cancellation headphones because some patients don't like the noise of the scaler or the drilling machine.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to do our best to make you comfortable, but there are patients who are still scared.
Okay.
But
Like
I
the
think
most complex one, and you've done it
um,
smoothly.
really need to think.
Old people or young
No, I think kids.
kids.
Kids. It's either it is going very very well or it is going just really really bad, like really bad. They're crying and they're screaming, and though everybody outside is wondering what is happening inside, like already they're dreading it even more. And but we've sometimes there's no option, because even kids nowadays, like not nowadays, always, like if you they eat a lot of chocolates or you're giving your kid a lot of chips or whatever, they're going to cause cavities. Sometimes kids also need root canals, so it's very important to save milk teeth. Yeah.
Correct.
So if you need a root canal, seeing that injection, we try and hide everything. In spite of all of that, sometimes kids who are so apprehensive, then we do have to hold their hands, their legs, and do the treatment.
Okay. Have you dealt a lot with toddlers and babies?
Um,
Now
I
that you have mentioned
don't
it,
like working on kids, so
Acha,
that's
okay.
something that I don't do much. We have someone like specialists who come and treat kids, but I mainly try and focus on creating smiles. So yeah, that's
Okay. Do emergency cases occur in your field? Like someone has come with something is there,
very
like
rarely, but yeah, we do have
not like accidents, but
accidents. Yes,
Acha.
we do have some, because you break your teeth. We've
And
had
they just
patients who-
land up straight into the clinic.
clinic. Yeah, we've
कि
had
देख लो
cases.
क्या हुआ है.
टूट गया दांत, so सामने का दांत टूट गया, but with their lip torn apart, bleeding and all of that. I've got calls in the night also, like sometimes when you're playing, the whole tooth of this patient had fallen out, but not so much, not like it's not like any other field that I've called and I have to go running immediately.
Okay.
But yeah, sometimes there is a wedding, and the groom had broken his tooth, which was the wedding was the next day.
Okay.
So I was treating his wife, and he somehow fell, or I don't know, drinking or whatever. He fell and he chipped his tooth. The wedding was the next day. Luckily, it was in Pune, so he came to the clinic. We treated
Is
it.
this also on your Insta page? I don't know if this particular case.
No, back then I was not documenting and I was not on
Okay.
Instagram. This was a little older case.
Acha, okay. Do you also train interns
Yeah, we do.
at your clinic?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. So how many interns are you currently training?
Right now, two.
Two.
Yeah.
Two of them.
Yeah.
Okay. And tell me more about your clinic now that we are close. Tell me more about your clinic. What's your name of the clinic? How did
So
it?
it's called the Dental and Anti-Aging Clinic. This last year, in fact, we recently started with working with hair restorations and skincare. So yeah, so we do a lot of procedures. It could anything and everything in dentistry, which could be cleaning, root canal, fillings, braces, full mouth rehabilitations, implants. We do it all. Laser dentistry.
So your clinic is located in
Pashan Link Road. Yeah.
Okay. I actually found how I discovered you is through your Insta page. Yeah. Your Insta is very good. Do you handle it by yourself or
Yes.
you handle it by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. And it is the same clinic which you're working since 14 years.
No, I started my clinic is 10 years. We complete 10 in April this year.
So the 4 years initially
I was working with other doctors.
Okay. So do you look any inspiration or people up to particular other than those two?
People I worked with? Yeah, there are many. There is Dr. Manav in Delhi. Beautiful, like his work is just outstanding.
Okay.
There is Dr. Appa, who is in New York. I think he's fabulous, his work. There's Dr. Shad, she works in UK. So again, these are people I have met in like courses, or whose lectures I've attended, or have not had the opportunity to meet, but hopefully someday. But through Instagram, found, and their work is just
Okay.
beautiful.
Also, your clinic have a fusion of other domain as well. Is
Yes,
what I.
yes. So we have a dermat who works. We work together.
Hmm.
So where we do hair PRP, which helps
Mhm.
restore your hair. If you
Okay.
have a lot of hair fall and have a few bald patches that can be reversed,
Okay.
or somebody with a lot of acne scars or
Mhm.
mold removal. So yeah.
But the core is into dental. That is your
No,
place.
my core is into dentistry. This is just a flair that I wanted to do. Always
Okay.
interested in being a girl. Always really interested in. So we just started. I
So,
have
so the place is yours.
place is mine, but
just-
I have partnered with someone who
Mhm.
works with us. So I don't perform any of those procedures, but we have someone who's well qualified and well experienced.
Okay. Okay. So now that we are going close, would you like to tell something about your clinic that people would, they will get more knowledge about what you do and they might want to meet you.
I think we've been in practice for about 10 years. We've
Mm.
seen like excellent growth in the last
Okay.
10 years, and it's been a beautiful journey. And I think most of my patients always say that, oh, but it was painless. Like I was really scared when I
Mhm.
came, but after, be it a root canal or an implant or anything. So that's always been my key focus, is that I remember going to the dentist as a kid, and I used to be a little scared because he was very, very strict. The
Mm.
clinic was, when you enter the clinic, it had this like smell.
Yes, the
Uh,
medicines.
Yeah, mainly disinfectant. Now that
Mhm.
I'm in the industry, I know it's just disinfectant, but it was like very strong, and a lot of pictures of like, teeth and like decayed teeth, and like, like what can happen. And then, so it's so overwhelming when I used to go to the clinic because I'd be like, oh my God, like, what is happening? So the key thing is that when I wanted, when patients walk in, like there was none of that, because
Okay.
you're already so scared that you don't need a reminder
Okay.
of it. Like,
So you also designed it.
yeah,
in
like
that
it
way.
designed it in that way that, it was very like calming when you came, welcoming when you came. So, we have a TV which like shows you everything that we do if you want to watch, or you can always
Yes.
look away. And so we have, I think the most important thing was to use colors and just to make sure the atmosphere in the clinic was very calm.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. So thank you for being here. Thank you
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for choosing mine as the first. I remember you telling me that someone
Yeah,
approached in
right.
the past
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
And let's see if we could meet again.
Yes,
Thank
come
you.
to the
Thank you.
clinic.
Thank you so much.
Okay.